What do JCPenney, Sears, Facebook, and Nokia have in common? They are the most hated companies on Wall Street. That's according to a poll conducted by 24/7 Wall Street that's out this week. Vivian, what would you say that your reaction was to this?
These companies have been on the most hated list in the past before. And basically it all comes down to management issues and these companies not actually doing enough in the amount of time that they've had and not gaining back the trust of the American people.
This is not one poll. This is a look at about 15 pieces of research that show what customers think of a company, what employees think of it, what investors think of it, and what suppliers think of it. So the methodology takes it across a very broad spectrum of people who touch the companies in one way or the other.
And so in that sense, should we read even more into it than any other poll or study that might be done with, a small sample size, a very random sample size, because these are the people that actually have to interact with these companies, right?
Right. So we've looked at studies of what customers think of these companies, like the American Customer Satisfaction Index or J.D. Powers. And then additionally, we've looked at things like Glassdoor that take into account what employees think of the company. So for a company to be on this list, it has to have severe customer problems with its employees, and problems with Wall Street.
Historically, what happens once a company gets on this list? Just out of curiosity, do they, is there a historical shift in sort of business practices? Historically, do customers continue to shy away from the company, or is this sort of a list that will not sort of affect consumer behavior?
Sort of a thanks for sharing. Moving on now.
I think it's a bit of a Deadpool list. I think that once companies make it here, getting them turned around across this largest spectrum of clients and customers is very hard, because these are companies that have had the kinds of trouble that are being discussed in the article. They've had them for many, many years.